Hello, everyone, and thanks for listening in. I'm Samantha Yancey,
And I'm Alan Yancey.
and this is Ask a Massage Couple. In today's session, we'll be addressing oil stains and cancellation policies.
We also have a funny story about a prophet.
So settle in, get comfy, and let's get our session on. Alan, what are our two questions again?
Well, the first question is, Sam, oil queen is how?
I do.
What?
I do like my oil.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
How do you get oil stains out of fill in the blank? Because
So,
sheets.
sheets, clothes,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, oil tends to be put on the back burner as far as a massage medium,
Boo.
because it is like it's oily and it can stain things. But if you know the tricks of the trade, then you don't necessarily have to be afraid of using oil. And also keep in mind there's some oils that are going to be a whole lot more greasy. Some oils are going to be pretty light and will come right out with water. So like jojoba oil, coconut oil,
Did you say hobo oil?
jojoba oil.
I'm
Every
not
time.
getting any oils from hobos. I'm just not doing it.
I don't want that hobo oil. But yeah, those tend to be rather light and can come right out in the wash. If you do have something like a grapeseed oil or a sweet almond oil, those tend to be thicker oils, and you will need some form of degreasing agent to either put into the wash itself or onto the stain. So,
Is there any over-the-counter things you recommend?
oh yeah, everything that I recommend is definitely over the counter. So we can start by putting a little bit, and I do mean a little bit, of Dawn dish soap
Okay.
into the washing machine with your regular like washing detergent.
Okay, Sam, what if I have like Kroger detergent?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Or, and this is my personal favorite,
Mm-hmm.
if you go to the automotive section in any store,
Yeah.
they usually carry a product called Simple Green,
Hmm.
and it is a spray-on degreaser. I really like that one because you can spot treat.
Oh, so that's like for motor oils and stuff like car grease and stuff like that.
Well, yes, like it's made for pretty much any oily substance
Yeah,
whatsoever.
if you
But
massage it with motor oil, this will take it right off.
please don't massage with motor oil. That will be gross.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, you think about it, how many different smocks and things have we gone through because of oil stains? I mean, I've gone through a lot of them.
You know my green pair.
Yeah.
I've had those since we started 14 years ago.
Well, that's sad.
It's economical if you think about it.
Sam, how many massages do you think you've done in those?
Oh god, a lot. Between like first probably like 6 years of massage, and then of course working at the chiropractors, I wore those green scrubs just
Now,
about every
when
other
you
day.
were using those scrubs, what type of were you using, lotions or oils?
Both actually. Yeah. When I was at the chiropractor's office, they supplied a massage lotion, but every other place that I've ever worked has had oil. And to be honest, oil is definitely my medium of choice.
Why is that?
I really like the fact that I get oil one good time and I don't have to go back and reapply and reapply and reapply. Like it's there, right there on the back, waiting for me.
But it also gets on your shoes, your slacks, and also everything else you happen to be leaning up against, like the car door and the sofa And so those oils tend to follow you around. Let me tell you that.
Yes, that's true, but I don't usually go like, smothering myself with oil.
Well, I'm a smotherer. I like to smother myself in oil.
I know you do.
I'm a big user.
You're a big user?
I'm a big user.
You're hilarious. Are you doing oil wrestling at the spa?
Well, I tell you what, it could turn into that if need be, because there's enough oil involved. That's why I'll probably have more oil stained, and plus being a man, I'm not going to go, well, this man, okay? And being this man, I'm not going to go out and go buy me a bunch of products to squirt on my stuff. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to spend another $7.99 and get me another scrub.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. If you're not the type of person to spot treat with a simple grain, then you can just use that degreaser, like the liquid detergent, in the wash, like Dawn dish soap, like anything like that, and it does work.
Okay.
It does work because I've had those green scrubs forever.
Well, okay, I agree. You've gotten the dollar value out of those scrubs.
And also keep in mind, like I have worked in many a spa. I don't know if you are aware of this.
I have no idea.
But that is our go-to trick.
Really?
Yes. Dawn dish soap.
Okay. I don't know why you keep harping on Dawn. It's not like you're getting a kickback from Dawn, is it? I mean,
Definitely not.
It can be other brands, right?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, usually when you think about, like a dish soap, you think of Dawn.
I think of Ajax.
Huh?
Yeah,
that's
Ajax.
powder.
No, it's not. They make a liquid.
They do?
Sure they do.
Uh-huh.
Who does the shopping around here? Just don't fool anybody. You know what you're talking about. Well, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to...
You definitely do the shopping around here,
well,
yes.
I know Dawn is a type of dish soap. But I'm saying don't limit yourself to cheaper brands, if you know what I mean.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're
saying. A dish soap.
I know.
It doesn't have to be Dawn.
Okay.
Momo came to say hello.
Yeah, Momo is getting part of the I love you microphone.
I love you microphone. I love you. Yes. It loves you too, Momo. Are we ready for the next question?
Yeah, next question.
Okay, next question.
We have a question here, and it says, what is your cancellation policies? Now, what's your idea about that, Sam?
Obviously this is going to be something that is very personal to every manager and owner out there. Whether you are a standalone massage therapist,
yes,
or whether you actually own a place or manage a place, you typically just kind of have to go with what are the trends of your clients. Now, with that being said, the industry standard in the spa world is 50% if you cancel 24 hours within the appointment time. To be honest, I really like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Well, one of the major problems with massage therapists, even standalone massage therapists, is making sure that their clients actually come in for their appointments and not setting them up and then not showing for them, because that time could have been allotted for somebody else who would actually show up.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds like a good theory there.
Okay, what do you have to say about this theory?
Well, this is I have done standalone, going to homes.
Absolutely.
Majority of my income for the time I've been in massage.
You have, and you've been very successful with that.
But when you're on your own, and you're trying your best to get a client, not many clients, it's hard to lay down a policy that will scare away new clientele.
I don't think that a policy like that would really scare someone away. You and I have had multiple conversations about setting very clear-cut boundaries with our clients. And this is something that unfortunately every massage therapist has to do. And one of those boundaries should be, you do not cancel on me day of.
Yeah, Sam, that is the ideal world out there. But when you're out there just starting out, you are allowing, maybe a leeway on clientele because you're just trying to get somebody.
Well, I think that, and I started off with this in the beginning, if you have a clientele that does not cancel on you pretty regularly, then you may not have to worry about this. But if you have somebody, or, like one or two particular clients that it is a 50-50 shot if they're going to show up that day.
You know I've got them.
I know. And this is why I'm very adamant about, you could have filled that time with somebody else.
That's why you know your clients to the point you don't know them until they cancel on you, but you don't allow it to be a habit.
Exactly.
And you don't have them as a priority.
Right.
If I have somebody call in at 2 o'clock that I know is going to show, Clifford the big red dog is being moved out because you have to make sure that the people that are going to set your business up and being reliable are going to be your clients. But I'm saying, to me, as being practical human being trying to scrape a dime out there trying to make it, that there's nobody out there that I know, not even the spa I work down with, has a policy like that.
Which I have to say is kind of ridiculous. I've worked in so many places that had this policy, and it's not uncommon within our industry nowadays.
Yeah, but supply and demand, Sam. I mean, when we were in Oregon, the supply and demand was quite different than in the South.
I still think that you need to hold some form of boundaries.
I understand the boundaries, but I'm saying when you're trying to start off and trying to make money, yeah, it would be great if I could get money that people would pay me and not show up. But, in the reality world, in the one, that you actually function in, a lot of people, once you charge them half price, they're not going to come back to you again. Because they felt like, that they are, having to pay for something they didn't get. Now, I would love that, I would love the idea.
Can I stop you right there?
Yes.
Do you really want that particular client anyway?
Some of them I do.
Some of them you do?
Yeah, Clifford, the big red dog, has been a friend of mine and a good client for a long time.
So let's talk about running a spa versus being a standalone.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So if you were, say, running the place that you work, you're the owner, you're the manager, and as a massage therapist, you're trying to tell me that it's okay if in a month 12 people stood you up.
Where I work, they don't cancel anybody, and I bet you there's, within a year, has been at least 15 to 20 that have canceled within a year. And I understand that I would like to get paid for that hour.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm talking about. As a massage therapist that has, I mean, you know what it's like when you're working someplace.
Oh, yeah.
And your day is packed.
Yes.
Like, I've been working at places where my day was packed, and then like 2 people don't show.
Well,
that is $60 or more off of my paycheck because, this a-hole didn't show.
But, that's part of the business that we're in. I mean,
and
that's one thing that I've always said, do not count your money until you've finished the massage. And some people I've worked with don't even count the money then until you get it into your bank account.
But still, if you know that you could have had those slots filled with somebody who would actually come, then doesn't it make more sense? And there again, if we are working at a place, we own a place.
Yes.
Yeah. Then there needs to be some form of cancellation policy set up for these people who are just kind of abusing.
I love the idea.
as a standalone therapist.
Yes.
There again, you kind of just have to go with the flow on it. But go ahead and have something in place for that client that is testing all of your boundaries with this.
Yeah, it's good to maybe even state that you would charge them so they won't press you. But you know what? I'm going to tell you. I've kept a lot of clients over the years because I'm flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that you have to learn too, is that you have to be flexible.
Well, I'm just going to say this. If you have no problems with your own boundaries and being flexible, then hey man, be as flexible as you want. But you and I both know that boundaries was a big reason for why we moved to Portland.
Boundaries, and what'd you say, that I can bend as much as I want? As I can bend as much as I want. That means I could kiss my own ass if I wanted to.
Yes.
And that's why I had to move to. Didn't have to, but I'm glad I did. I needed a breakaway from the boundaries. Sam is completely right. But we still have issues on where does that end and start. And if you want to be an individual massage therapist, or if you want to work at a spa, most of the time you're doing both anyway.
Yeah.
And so,
this is true. But most of the time when you're working at a spa, you pretty much kind of adhere to whatever their cancellation policy or lack thereof.
Sam, out of the many spas you've worked at, how many had policies that they followed through with?
5 that I know for sure.
Well, you know,
were as clear could be. If you do not show up, we will charge you 50%.
Yeah.
And we never had problems with those people coming back. Now, of course, there were times, like, for example, when someone called in and, you know, they were sick. And this person is not someone who would normally abuse, you know, like the scheduling issue.
Okay.
Then they get a pass.
Yeah.
And then you say, you know what, I will totally let this slide this time. Just keep in mind that under normal circumstances, I would be charging you 50%. I hope you feel better. We'll see you next time.
So we both agree that we would love the idea, and it would be a wise decision to, when you first meet your clients, to tell them you do have a
yes
policy.
Exactly.
I think would be a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, after that, being a human being, you can go on a person-by-person decision.
Yeah,
on each
let it
and
slide
every
if they don't do it
right.
very often.
So, yes, I vote yes for money for people who book and do not show up.
And also, I highly advise any spa owner or spa manager to have some form of cancellation policy in place that you actually adhere to.
Yeah, it's not fair for the employees that spend all the time getting there and they make $0.
Yeah, and it's also not fair for the other client that wanted to book but then couldn't because this a-hole, you know, was in there and then, like, just didn't show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love the idea of them paying for their absence.
Yeah.
And so, you know...
but, I mean, also, if you can let us know in a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, you've worked on clients that it definitely counts to you day of that you still go see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, you know, you do things because you want to sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a case-by-case basis.
Right.
You really have to think about who the person is that's canceling. Is this a regular thing, or is this a all-the-time thing that is becoming quite annoying?
Well, yeah, I think we've kind of gone all over the page on this one.
I think we have.
But we both agree we want to have money for people who don't show up.
Yes, 50% would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, is it time for my story?
You know what? It is time for your story.
I like this story.
Story time, story time, story time.
Now, this goes back to a story that I had as a massage therapist.
Set the stage, Alan. This is awesome.
Okay. I got a phone call from a lady who owned a colonics machine and a place where they did other types of things. massage and facials, and so I got a call. First time I've ever worked for this person. Can you come do this massage? I said yes. I was kind of stoked. Anytime you get yourself into a position to meet new people, you're always kind of like, yeah, man, this could be it.
Yeah, I mean, it might turn into something like,
Yeah.
lucrative down the road.
Could be.
Yeah.
So I walked in. I was in the business probably for even 6 or 7 years by then. And they said, well, show me the massage room. So I went right to the massage room, went into the room, and I looked at their table. And I looked at their table and I went, that table does not look too professional.
I have to ask you a question. Was this a fold-up Costco table?
Yes, it was something exactly like that.
Oh,
Somebody had pinned together and glued together from Hobby Lobby a table. That's what it looked like. But this is the greatest thing. And this is something you can, a lesson to be learned. I'm so thankful that I just didn't say, oh, well, I guess this will this will be okay. I went and got the manager and I said, I put my hand on the table and I said, I don't think this table's that sturdy. And I went,
oh my God, it was actually moving like that?
yes.
Like,
and she told
like
me.
back and forth.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And she said, well, we've been using it ever since we've been open and the other therapists don't have problems. And I said, okay.
Wow.
Okay. But I also told her that
was the other therapist still working there at the time?
No, I think that's why I was called, because they didn't show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're working on a crappy ass table.
Whatever. I told the lady, I said, I have a professional table in my car that I will bring in. But she said, there was no problem. And so, I had even had to bring my own sheets, my own lotion.
Yeah.
And so I had to bring.
So they just weren't really set up for a massage at all. It was like a makeshift.
Yeah, there were,
massage
and you'll
situation.
find out a lot of places. They think they got a spare room, and it's a massage room.
Oh yeah.
They pull out the brooms and mops and make it into a massage room.
Yeah, like there's still a bottle of bleach there
right.
when you come in.
Right.
I was like, what are you doing? Why are you putting me in the
the closet,
in the maintenance closet?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I walked in and see, the thing was creaking, and so I went up and said, talked to the manager, sat back down and waited for my client.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I had a lady come to me and says, your client's here. And I said, okay, I've been doing this a while, so, what are you going to tell me? You're not going to tell me too much that I'm not going to say, what are you talking about?
Right.
And so she said, your client here, but he wants to be called the prophet.
The prophet.
The prophet.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that right off is a little strange. I've never massaged a prophet before.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what the protocol was.
And I'm wondering, was he actually a prophet?
There you go.
Or did he just want to be called the prophet?
I didn't know at that point.
Okay.
And so I didn't know if I had to go avert my eyes. And when I said, I'm here to massage.
I'm averting my eyes, oh Lord.
I didn't know how to address the prophet. What do you do? I mean, so I went out in the waiting room and says, I'm here to massage the prophet.
Yeah.
And this man stood up. And right beside him, another lady stood up in some booty shorts.
Oh my.
And
hold on.
Yeah.
Booty shorts?
Booty shorts.
Okay. What was the prophet wearing?
The prophet was wearing some polyester pants and some, a light cotton shirt with some heavy jewelry, we'll say.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So I'm painting a picture of the prophet being kind of more like making the money prophet.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha?
Okay, gotcha.
See, I didn't put that two together,
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about money prophet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not talking about, I'm going to prophesy you back into health.
Well, yeah, because that was the whole punchline of the story, as you will tell in a minute.
Right.
He should have known what was happening.
Right.
If he was a prophecy.
Yeah, but if he was truly a prophet, Yeah,
Yeah.
but when somebody says the prophet, you're thinking about. I was thinking about God Almighty.
Oh yeah, totally.
Now if he
Like,
just said, "I want to be called prophet,"
all right, prophet.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of like maybe it's money. But
Yeah.
if someone says the prophet, hey, I'm waiting for something spectacular to go on here.
Right.
I want to see some raising of the dead or something. And all I got was a lady in booty shorts standing up next to him, and I looked at them both, and we were in a small room. I had to get an extra chair for her to come sit in
You
the
had to
room.
get an extra chair for booty shorts.
Yeah, for booty shorts.
Okay.
So prophet came in. Prophet came in with booty shorts, and I said, "Hey, prophet, my name is Alan Yancey. I'm here to do your massage." And I asked him, I says, "You hurting anywhere, prophet?" And he said, "Yeah, the usual, the neck, the shoulders." So I found out right then the divine had the same muscle problems as us all.
Yes.
That's how I found out.
Even prophets have
Even prophets,
back, neck, and shoulder
right.
issues.
So they
That's
don't.
good to know.
Yeah. So they don't get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so the prophet was told him what to do. Get dressed down to your boxers or whatever, under face down, on the table.
Nice.
Okay, so I left the room. Okay, that was when I got back, knocked on the door. May I come in? And the prophet was laying down on the table. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I went over there, Sam, and I laid my hands on the prophet. Instead of the prophet hands on me, so I put my hand on the prophet, and the table went kabloom.
Oh my goodness.
The table went from hand level to the floor in 2 seconds.
Oh my.
It went kaboom.
Wow.
And I said, "Stay there, prophet, because I'm going to get the manager. Don't move.
Stay right there, prophet.
Don't move." Because at this point, I didn't know. I could see dollar signs. If the prophet was really profiting, this was a good profit situation for him.
Oh yeah, seriously.
I mean, I think that he would ask for more than a couple of colonics.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I brought the manager in, and I said, "I told you that table was unsteady."
Mm-hmm.
And as I was talking to her, I was grabbing my sheets and lotion, and I said, "If you want me to come and do another massage, let me know. I have a professional massage table in my car."
Oh my God.
And walked off.
Now, was prophet still on the floor on the table when you were packing up your
No,
stuff?
she was. I had to wait until she tried to help him. I wasn't going to touch the prophet at that point.
No, absolutely not.
And the thing is, I was so happy that I had told her that table was so rickety.
Absolutely.
That kind of like I told her, I said, "I told you."
Yeah.
And
this
so,
is a busted ass table.
yeah, I told you.
That isn't even fit to
Right.
sit down and do your taxes on.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, when it fell on prophet, I just said, "Hey, I told you."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be part of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be part of a place that can't even provide you a professional massage table.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What I should have done is saw the table and left. Or what I initially thought of and should have done is just went and got my table.
Yeah.
And then I knew that when I finished, I'd take my table with me, and I've had to do that at 2 other spas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's not uncommon
Yeah.
to have to bring your own table sometimes.
Right. I mean, they have saved me a couple of times where I was at spas and their tables broke down, and I ran and get one out of my car.
Yeah.
I don't. I have a car that I always have a table in, and right now I always have a chair massage table in too.
It's very strange. This is the first time that I've been sans table in my car. For a very long time.
Yeah.
And that's weird.
Well,
because I actually have a car that will
hold wood better than you ever had.
Yeah, exactly. Very strange.
Well, that was the story of the prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I never knew how much he profited from this because I never talked to that lady again.
You never went back.
Never went back. I never accepted phone calls because if they can't provide me with a professional massage table, and I was afraid this guy may be coming after me too.
Yeah.
And so
because you never really know.
No, you never really know, and so I was so glad that I covered myself, but I never massaged there again.
Absolutely not. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good story, Alan.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, thank you, Sam. I'm full of them.
I know you are. You're also full of it. So, if you have any questions, or if you have a story, maybe it's a funny massage story, or maybe it is an inspirational story. Maybe something happened during your massage, or during your wellness session that was just very awesome. Please write in to askamassagecouple@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Ask a Massage Couple. We are on Twitter.
We haven't tweeted yet, but we're there.
Yeah, we are there.
Are we Snapchat?
Not yet, but we will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we will have a web page.
We will. Yes, that is coming as well. But for right now, you can find us on iTunes.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for listening. Have an excellent rest of your day, and we will see you next time.
Howdy-ho, Time Traveler.
Howdy.